Is your garden ready for the chill of winter? Well, in this video, I'll reveal some essential tips that you can take after your first frost to ensure your garden thrives and gets off on the right foot in the spring. So stay tuned for some of these expert tips and tricks. First, let's talk about all these unplanted perennials that we've been nurturing. I'm sure you've got one or two, they're like 75% off at the end of the year. If you do have any pots or containers, it's time to prepare them for winter storage. So go ahead, after your first frost or freeze, prune off any of this dead growth. Also put these in a well-insulated area. Make sure the root ball is well-insulated. You'll want to make sure to put it also in a shelter area such as an unheated garage or basement. While they're dormant, you do not need to provide them any light. Or the second option is to heal your perennials in, so bury them and mulch around them so that they are protected also from the winter coat. I went into a more in-depth video on my channel, so I encourage you to check that out and subscribe. So next is cleaning up flowers from pots. So if you have any flower pots, go ahead and remove the dead foliage. Like here, I completely got rid of the cocoa core. But just go ahead and clean out, leave the roots, and cut, you want to cut the plant at the base instead of ripping it out, because you'll save soil and the roots will decompose throughout the winter, so soil gets more rejuvenated and adds some organic material back into the soil. Also, cleaning out your pots and raised beds will also make them look better, but also reduces the risk of any disease. So also, your vegetable garden, perfect timing. What you want to do after the first frost to clean out your veggie patch. Be sure to remove any remaining crops unless you're able to, if you're in a climate that you're able to grow year round, or you have a thriving fall garden going. Doing so will help to prevent some of those pests and diseases from overwintering in old plant debris, so you can always add it to a compost pile, or you can always bury it in the soil, which adds, again, more organic material. Also, I made a video into refreshing a raised bed, so I encourage you to also check out my channel for that. But that is tip number 4, refresh your raised bed. If you have a raised bed garden like mine, or you have multiple, it's time for a refresh. Your plants have been taking energy from it all year long, so what you want to do is remove, again, any of the remaining plant debris, and then add a layer of like soil conditioner or compost. Any good quality potting soil also works, and also add a little bit of native soil, as long as it's not pure clay, into your raised bed for some more microbial life. This will help to rejuvenate your garden bed and be ready. It's made sure it's ready for spring. And a well-fed bed, especially in the more organic ways such as compost and by leaves and so on, it means healthier plants in the long run, because you're feeding the soil, not just the plants. And a bonus tip number 5, is to mulch. Mulch your beds with a good layer of leaves or grass clippings. Organic mulch is best. This will help to protect the soil from any extreme temperature fluctuations, and it will help keep it insulated throughout the winter. Plus, it prevents any weeds from taking over or even getting seeded down. I would always recommend covering the soil with something, never keeping it bare. Even a plastic bag or plastic tarp is always better than nothing, because it helps protect the soil food web. So that wraps up our post-first frost garden care guide. By following these steps, you'll ensure that your garden stays in great shape and bounces back beautifully when the warm weather returns in the spring. So don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more gardening tips like this, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Happy gardening, and I hope you have a great winter season.